Hey! It's
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
What's up?
It's Nick and the douche. Nick and the what is it? Nick and the douche. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Two ands. Don't forget both of them.
Got to do both the ands. Oh, guess what? It's I Hate Music. Here we are. Another I Hate Music episode. Yeah.
Wow.
Nick Woos and Jason Walton in the house.
Yep.
We are here today.
We could call it like two bald guys or something. We could call it
that
something.
That would be kind of like a Nick and the douche type of thing. Two bald guys.
Yeah, here with you on your Saturday morning.
Yeah, Saturday morning drive time. Yeah. Hey, guess what? Here we are again.
Here we are. Yep.
I Hate Music, part of the Destroyed Past Podcast Network, brought to you by Earth and Sound. I am Jason. You are also with Nick. You can't see him, but I can.
Hi.
As always, we're here for you and for us, whatever that means.
Well, I do enjoy talking to you
Yeah.
and seeing you, even if it's in this forum. So it is kind of for me too.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's fun. I always enjoy it, and I feel like it's the most engaging musical conversations I have with anybody. So it's on a regular basis. So it's a great time. And if you enjoy this great time, the way that you can help us is by
Nice
subscribing
segue,
to our Patreon. Yeah. You can also like, rate, subscribe, review, and comment on any platform that you listen to this lovely podcast. That would be Apple Music or whatever. Maybe Spotify, but again, do not count on Spotify to have our episodes.
Fuck those guys. Those guys. I still haven't quit.
I still haven't quit either, but I'm in the process.
Are you really? Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's just got the whole family, and we're all on it.
Well, my friend Matt, friend of the pod, said that there's a program that can help you take all your playlists and transfer them over to. That's
true.
one thing that I thought about would be a pain in the ass. So
that is true. Ellery was telling me about that because she's made the switch already.
Okay.
So yeah, in the process, but yeah, like, rate, subscribe, whatever you can on the platforms. It helps us get our name out there with the algorithms and all that. Patreon, of course, is always a huge help for us. Helps keep the lights on, keeps food on the table, and keeps
cassettes in my racks.
Yep. Cassettes in the racks. We do have a new Patreon member since last episode.
Nice. Oh, crap.
Whoop,
Wow.
whoop.
Whoop, whoop. We need sound effects.
Yeah. His name is Dane Perry. I know this name before. I don't know why. I don't know if he is the bearded fellow that I met at MDF and the Emperor show in San Francisco that's from Savannah, or if he is the Australian dude that I talked to once. But I do know this guy, and I love you so much, Dane. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dane. Thank you.
We appreciate your membership.
Oh, yeah.
Emails. We don't have any emails this week, which is just fine. But if you do feel like emailing us, hate.pod.music@gmail.com. Send us ideas, questions, comments, corrections for Nick, whatever you want to do. Right. Yeah, but thanks again,
Still
Dane,
funny after all these weeks.
I know.
Dude, after all these episodes.
It's been so many times. Yeah.
It's still funny. It's still funny to me.
Yeah, exactly. Let's mention Spotify real quick. Still, they are canceling our episodes. They have taken this is episode 110. Out of 110, they've taken over half at this point of our episodes off the air.
Unbelievable.
You can still listen on every other single platform known to man, as far as I can tell. So if you want to keep up to date with this podcast, do not rely on Spotify. That's what I know about
Unbelievable.
that. Yep. Nick Woos, music.
What's up?
You went and saw a show recently, right?
Saw Testament, Overkill, and Destruction, which I missed.
Oh, shit.
Perfect for an old man was the start time, 6:50 p.m. They sent out, through your ticket, whatever company that was, they sent out an email that day saying the show will start at 6:50 on time. Like, what the fuck? This is crazy.
With three.
So we didn't. Yeah, with three bands.
Three bands at 6:50. What was the venue?
Yeah, Roseland.
Damn.
At Roseland. Yeah.
I wonder why it was so early.
Sold out show.
Maybe because all the bands are old too.
Yeah, we're all geezers now, bro.
Destruction's got to be like 90s or something.
Like Rolling Stones or something.
Yeah.
They were the first thrash band ever. I think it was in the 50s, dude.
Oh, yeah. I think it started their career in Nazi Germany in the 40s. Yeah.
You see pictures of them with their guitars and that would be great. All the Nazi uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we got the email that they're starting at 6:50. My friend Matt and I, friend of the pod, is in town for the show, so we decided to go at 7:30 or so. So we missed Destruction. And Overkill started at like 7:45 or something like that.
Wow.
Fucking crazy, dude. Overkill was excellent. Seen them multiple times. Dee Dee Verney, the bass player and main songwriter, was out for some reason. I don't know what the deal is. So replacement bass player, the guy from Fear Factory, Christian Olbels or
yeah. Okay.
He was playing bass. One guitarist in Overkill. That's a complaint of mine.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
I'm not sure why they're doing that, but anyway, Blitz is the only original singing. So
he's the only original. Wow.
Yep.
Huh. Did they play Elimination?
Yep, they played Elimination.
That's cool.
They didn't play anything off Years of Decay, which is one of my favorites. They played a lot of the old school shit, like Fuck You and all these other songs.
Yeah.
Hello from the Gutter, stuff like that.
Oh, I forgot about Hello from the Gutter.
Yeah, some good songs for sure.
Yeah.
So, and they also played some newer stuff too. So, pretty well-rounded set.
That's cool.
And so it was great. Besides the single guitarist thing, you know, especially during solos and stuff, it's like, oh man,
yeah, that's
power.
weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
Especially live, I feel like that's a huge point.
Yeah. Testament came on at like must have been 9 o'clock. Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Wow, that's
9:15. It was 9:15 to 10:15. They played 1 hour. Yeah,
it's usually when bands are like starting at Roseland.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Wow.
Really appreciated that. I was in bed at 11, but fantastic set, dude. Seen Testament probably 5-6 times now. Typically they play Disciples of the Watch. They'll play Practice What You Preach.
Yeah.
None of that shit.
What?
Only deep tracks. This is incredible.
Whoa.
It was incredible, dude. They played Into the Pit. They played Over the Wall. But besides that, they kind of mixed it up with songs off Demonic. With a couple songs off newer albums that they typically haven't played in a while. They play a song off Low.
Wow.
This is incredible, dude.
Huh.
Yeah, and they played a song off The Ritual. So Many Lies.
Dang.
It's incredible. They haven't played that since 2000, they said. Something like that.
I wonder why they're doing that. Like, I guess they were here a while ago. Well, I guess that was a couple years ago.
They're just, maybe it's for a treat for the fans, or maybe they're just tired of playing those songs.
Yeah,
I'm not sure which,
that's true. Huh.
So it was pretty incredible. They played The Ballad, which is one of the best Testament songs ever. And I don't know if they played that very often either, because it takes acoustic guitars, but they played just clean or whatever. But yeah, it was great. Really good.
Oh, man. Fantastic.
No encore, dude. No
encore. Wow.
1 hour straight set done.
That's it. Wow. That's so interesting. I saw Alex post the next day. He was down at Saturday Market and he posted a video.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Of like how the war-torn Portland thing, and he's like, "Oh, everybody here is like drinking coffee and matcha, and they're selling stuff at the Saturday Market, and it's horrible down here." Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Anyway, it was a great show and good to see a sold-out Testament show. Multiple kids there with their fathers.
That's great, man.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. Like matching battle jackets, you know, their father-son kind of shit.
Yeah.
Wow, this is incredible, dude.
Wow. Sold out. So last time you saw Testament at Roseland.
I believe it was Exodus and Death Angel. Yeah.
And that wasn't sold out, was it?
I don't recall that.
Something's
happening here, dude. Yeah,
I'm curious because Testament they're not one of the biggest thrash bands. I don't feel like, they're one of the biggest, but they're not like the biggest. And I feel like they're having like a renaissance right now or something.
They definitely are. And I think a lot of the newer fans were a little disappointed they didn't play all those hits. Yeah. They have so many songs to choose from. But yeah, there was some confusion in the crowd, no doubt. But that crowd was young and full. And I don't know what's happening here or where they're hearing this music, but pretty incredible. Pretty incredible.
Well, you sent me those videos from the show, and I was like, it's packed in there. Like last few times I've been to Roseland, it's been like empty. Like even
with Alcest, and last time I was there, it wasn't that packed. Yeah, Suicidal even.
Cavalera, Obituary.
Obituary.
Maybe like half full. Huh.
You should have seen that merch line, dude. It was like a Agalloch merch line.
Really?
All the way around, dude. It was like, I can't explain how it looks in there.
Yeah, so what's happening with Testament right now?
I don't know. I don't know.
Huh.
I mean, I think guitar players in general have always been drawn to Testament because of their shred qualities. Maybe it's something like that. Kids are finding Testament because of they're learning guitar. I don't know. Is there were they in the latest season of not Stranger Things, but some sort of fucking some kind of
series.
mega show, Yeah.
Not that I know of. I mean, I haven't heard about them outside of just like the metal community at all. So I don't know what this would be.
Yeah.
If somebody has any ideas on why Testament is having a renaissance, please email us. Let us know.
Yeah, please let us know.
I'm curious. I was thinking about this. Well, I've seen them on social media a little bit more recently, so I wonder if they're just pushing something a little bit harder or if it's just simply a PR thing or what. I don't know.
And this is not confirmed or denied by anybody. I don't know if that would be offensive to even say, but Chuck Billy was certainly reading the lyrics off of something. He was positioned such that his eyes were down on newer songs especially.
Yeah.
And he was reading something as he was singing.
Yeah, he had like a teleprompter or something. I mean,
something like that.
That's, how old do you think Chuck Billy is? 60s for sure.
Well, they're probably like 60, around 60.
Yeah.
Probably,
yeah. I mean, you do see that with people now and then, and especially if it's such a deep catalog, like I can't necessarily blame them.
No. Yeah.
I don't know. It's a lot of shit to remember over a lot of years.
When he was playing Into the Pit or Over the Wall, something classic, it was no problem, but it was the newer ones he was reading off of,
Wow.
Interesting.
Well, I'm sorry to have missed that, but I had other plans. I went to the Brewhouse second anniversary brewery party here in Portland. And for you...
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, for people who don't know, Brewhouse is a brewery here in Portland. Fantastic. They've quickly become my favorite brewery. They make a lot of high ABV beers, but they've started to dabble more in lower ABV. But every single beer that they've made is just absolutely delicious, and they are metal guys. And so the inside of the brewery, they have what they call the Scorched Church. And they literally got these pews from an old church, took them into like the parking lot, got some flamethrowers and lit them on fire, and then like varnished them. So it's their Scorched Church. And you go in there and you can hear anything from like Emperor playing to Electric Wizard to Sabbath to Anthrax. I've heard in there, Napalm, Carcass. I've also heard lots of punk in there. It just kind of depends on who's working, but fantastic people, amazing beer. And it was basically like a brewery fest with breweries from all over the world that came to celebrate Brewhouse. And yeah, that was the same day. And so I had been having a few beers and I didn't feel like going to Testament. John played that night too at Azoth. So
yeah, that's right. It was a busy night. There were a couple shows that night. For sure.
So much stuff happening that day. But
yeah,
congrats to Brewhouse. Amazing people,
For
amazing
sure.
brewery. Super happy for those dudes, and had lots of amazing food and lots of amazing beer that day.
Sounds like a lot of people know about Brewhouse outside of Portland as well. So it sounds like they're popular.
They're getting a name for themselves for sure. They're doing a lot. They were part of the Decibel Metal and Beer Fest in Denver recently. They're traveling a lot. I think they're going to China soon. They go to Norway, Spain for all these like brewery events, So they're only 2 years old, but they're getting out there. Their marketing is amazing. They made an Agalock beer recently that was awesome. Their cans are awesome. Videos are awesome.
Yeah, their artwork, whoever they use as an artist, incredible stuff. It's really eye-catching and really cool to look at.
Yeah, check them out. It's they're on Instagram. It's BRUJOS. Like a male witch, like a warlock type of situation. Brewhouse.
Nice.
Yeah. Check them out. They're awesome.
We should have an event there, dude.
We should have an event there. We've talked about this. Actually, my idea was to just like fucking set a date and then work towards it, and I just didn't.
Nah, no problem.
But yeah, we should do it exactly like that too. I thought for like a 100th episode would be perfect, but
yeah.
Right before our 100th episode, we didn't do anything for a while, and it was like kind of like this weird. And then I'm like, wait, how are we gonna? Whatever. So
yeah, exactly. No problem.
We'll do something weird, like celebrate like our 147th or something.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
666, dude.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Okay.
That far.
Fuck. We gotta get these pumping out then. But yeah, we should do something like that for sure. Did you have anything else interesting happen to you since our last episode?
I don't think so. Yeah, everything's good. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, before we get into the meat of the episode, let's take a little break.
Okay.
At earthandsound.org, you can find all the latest news and information about the I Hate Music podcast and Earth and Sound Productions. Find LPs, CDs, cassette tapes, shirts, and hoodies from bands such as Snares of Sixes, Missing Scenes, Self-Spiller, and Plague Psalm. Please like, subscribe, rate, review, and comment on this podcast, as that helps us reach more listeners. Thank you.
All right. Before we get into it, I need to open a nice, refreshing... What is this thing?
What you got there?
It's SAPS, Hydration and Recovery, Passion Fruit Electrolyte Beverage.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've never
no
seen...
caffeine or anything?
Let's see. No caffeine, non-carbonated, electrolytes, weird. Aminos, adaptogens, daily hydration for workouts, wellness, and late nights. 25 calories.
Nice. It's like the liquid IV.
I guess
Except
so.
that's powder, you know. But
yeah.
Similar thing.
Yeah, I've never tried this. I'm really into trying like new drinks that I see. So yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, there's a lot out there. Did I see Ben Stiller was advertising one or some shit?
Oh really? I don't know.
Yeah, he's got his own drink. Yeah.
Really? Is it?
I don't know if it was a joke. It might have been a joke, dude.
If Ben Stiller has any kind of drinks, it shouldn't be carbonated because his name is Stiller. It's got to be still.
Oh, good call.
Yeah,
good call. Yeah.
Oh, this is weird. It tastes like a raspberry infusion in my mouth.
Are you getting some vitamins in that?
Mm-hmm.
Nice,
yeah,
dude.
It's kind of good, kind of gross. It's just like what I like.
That's why you love those hazy beers, dude.
Yeah, man. Oh, kind of. It's like a little bit of Cat Box, a little bit of Pine Tree. It's my favorite.
Puts hair in your chest, man.
That's right.
Awesome.
That's right. All right. Well, we are here today to talk about real death and violence in music, specifically in art in general, and how that affects our perception and enjoyment of such. Something I've thought about now and then for many years, especially in the metal scene. There's a lot of like, what's the right word? Like posturing, like people like, oh man, I'm evil, I'm violent, I'm destructive, whatever. And then there's people that actually are. And when it goes to that next level, like how does that affect your perception of the art and the artist and your enjoyment of the music?
That's right.
You want to start it out, Nick? Do you have something?
This especially related to metal, it kind of helped propel the genre, I would say. This perception of the devil worshiping, and it certainly helped Iron Maiden's career, certainly helped Judas Priest's career, I would say. But there really isn't any violence or true, violence, death, I don't know, any true aggression outside of the music in this world. There really isn't a lot of examples of there being some truly despicable behavior. There's a few, obviously, but it's interesting. It's something that an outsider would think happens all the time or some shit. But.
Yeah, but it's very specific to certain instances, and there's not very many. In the grand scheme of things. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I would say it's a lot less than other genres, even pop music, or rap or something,
Yeah. I never thought about that, but you're right. Especially like hip hop or pop, you hear about like abuse, sexual abuse, violence, things like that.
Yeah.
I think in the metal scene, again, there's some like very obvious examples, but for the most part, it's not really there. So then when it goes into that, like when there is an actual violent act or death, like it's really remarkable.
Getting a phone call.
You are?
Yeah. Should I answer?
Yeah. Get it. Right. Nick is answering the...
Enterprises. We're actually recording a podcast right now, dude. Who is this? Yeah, of course. A world famous dolphin. Of course it is, dude. I picked it up. Alf's saying hi to you right now, bro.
Is that a listener calling you right now?
Oh, Jeff, how are you, bro? Yeah, we've met before. Yeah, how's it going? Jeff Wagner on the phone.
No way. Are you serious? Wow. Nice. Jeff Wagner calling the I Hate Music hotline as we're recording. Jeff Wagner from Radical Research, the author of many wonderful books, just happened to call us as we are recording. Wow.
It's like I actually bought an old school, answering machine and the whole deal. So, yeah, it feels really good to feel a little analog, Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Well, I'll let you go, but hang up, and when I hang up, call back and then leave a message. That would be amazing, dude. Can you do that? Oh, geez, please be careful, dude. Thanks, man. Right on, bro. See ya. Bye.
Oh my God.
That was amazing. Jeff Wagner called. The world famous Jeff Wagner. He's calling back. I told him to leave a message. Yeah. So he's going to do that right now.
Wow. I'm
It's an honor. It's an honor.
The timing on this, like I couldn't have planned it better.
So cool. Yeah, I actually answered that on my iPhone, which you probably can't see with the camera because it's way over there, but yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it worked.
That's so funny. Like we just gave that number out
today. Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. And I don't know, is this a good thing that my number's out there on the internet?
Well,
cyber stalking, or this is like old school stalking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're just going to get phone calls from people like Jeff Wagner. So
yeah, exactly.
I think it's probably a good thing. Wow.
It is,
I can't believe that we're so blessed to get a phone call from Jeff Wagner as we're recording. It's amazing.
That's insane. What an honor. He's leaving a message now.
I'm shrinking every day. So I got no chance at that position. But yeah, Nick, Alf phone, landline, I hate music. I love it. I hope Jason told you that when I was at the KO show 2 or 3 weeks ago in Raleigh, North Carolina, I spotted a guy wearing what I thought was a Napalm Death Scum hoodie, and he actually was wearing an I Hate Music hoodie. So we struck up a conversation, and yeah, it was all good. It was really a lot of camaraderie. So yeah, awesome on the phone, awesome on the cassettes, awesome on the landline and the answering machine. Take care, Nick. Hi, Jason. Bye-bye.
Wow.
He said hi live just right there. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
No, I could hear it. I could hear it. Yeah.
Okay, good. Amazing.
Dude, I'm so glad that happened. I mean,
what great timing.
I wouldn't have even thought to do that. I'm so glad that it happened as we're recording. Yeah, so it's not an actual like official I Hate Music hotline, but
it could be. It could be.
I mean,
you want me to give the number again?
Sure, if you want to. I mean,
yeah, what the hell? Who cares, right? It's anybody wants to call and leave me a message on the I Hate Music Pod landline hosted by Alf. It's 503-746-7093. 503-746-7093.
So in addition to emailing us at hate.pod.music@gmail.com, you can also call the I Hate Music landline, leave a message for us, and we can play it on the air, respond to it, et cetera, et cetera. Or you can.
And I want everybody to know this is an actual cassette tape answer machine. It's not like a digital. It's not even the micro cassettes. It's the big cassettes.
Yep.
So this is when you call, it's gonna feel like it was in the 90s. It's incredible.
Yep. Yeah. So. I mean, I have a couple of videos of that answering machine that I'm going to be posting, and I think that you can see it in the episode that we just released as well. But yeah, I mean, feel free to call and interrupt us like Jeff did. He's totally derailed the episode.
That was insane timing. Wow.
Wow. Well, what an honor. Jeff Wagner. Never would have thought. Well, Jeff.
Anyway, I think
thanks for calling.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff. I think as getting shot as a rapper is important to your kind of your cred or whatever, I feel like speaking out or being satanic in a lot of ways is also a way for bands to like push through the crowd of bands out there and be more shocking than them all. Early 90s, certainly, late 80s for sure.
Yeah,
that was an interesting thing. That happened at the same time as rappers were getting quote unquote shot and stuff like that.
Yeah. Or like people like God, I can't think of his name. There's somebody that was like Like a lot of people would pretend, they would say like, hey, I'm from LA. It's like, well, no, you're from,
exactly,
2 hours outside or whatever.
Yeah.
But,
and once it comes out, it's harder to do that now, I bet, because you could backtrack and find their history on their Instagram, and they grow up in the suburbs or some shit.
Yeah. But like,
then.
But like bands like Slayer, like were never satanic, but like actually satanic, but they had that.
No.
That
The imagery.
It's provocation.
I think it could be argued Glenn Benton's the same. He wasn't. I don't
I
know if he was practicing or anything.
I don't know. I mean, I think he maybe more so than a band like Slayer, but still, I'm not really sure about Glenn. But
I'm sure he was just, knowing that this was a shock factor, that it would work.
Oh,
and
for sure.
It did.
Yeah. So like that's kind of how it all starts with like these.
Yes.
It's like posturing, it's imagery, and then I'm trying to remember the first time I heard about somebody that like it had to have been like the black metal scene. It had to have been like Mayhem, Burzum.
Before then, it was pretty postured, like you were saying. It wasn't something that your parents would worry about it. But you go to a mosh pit and there'd be people hugging, and you'd be like, "Oh, this isn't anything like my parents said anything like it was." Or my parents were cool, luckily, but they were out there. There were parents out there, keeping their kids from this shit.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think it might have been Euronymous killing Varg was the first one that I was aware of, where I was like, "Wait a second, like this is actual." Death, actual violence, within these.
What was the context of that as far as your exposure? I mean, you probably read about it in Metal Maniacs or something, but what exposure to that music did you even have? I mean, I'd heard about the deaths before I even heard anything about, what kind of music these guys were making.
Yeah, God, that was so long ago. It's hard for me to remember. I was deeply into death metal at the time, not so much into black metal. Yeah. And information was much harder to get back then, obviously. So I think I just kind of heard about it somewhat, but I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't into black metal yet. I don't really recall, but I remember hearing about this, like, oh, dude A from this band, like killed dude B from this band. And it's just like, wait, this is crazy. And then
this is like LA gangs or something, but in Norway.
Yeah. And then of course the church burnings, and I don't think we have to go over any of that stuff. I think everybody knows about that, but
sure.
But that it kind of blew my mind.
Yes,
this was
definitely
in a metal community. Like this isn't Slayer with pentagrams on their cover or Possessed or something like that.
Right.
Like
this is real.
Like these people are actually committing arson and killing people. So I remember like with Mayhem, I didn't really get into black metal until a little bit later, aside from like a little bit of Bathory and stuff. But I remember the first time I really sat down with Mayhem's De Mysterious, which was after Varg was killed.
Yes.
Or
not Varg.
Yeah. After Euronymous was killed. The first time I like really sat down with it and was ready to absorb it, like the history of that band and what had happened in that band completely informed the way I listened to it. Knowing that history and knowing that
this is what happened, because
and not just Euronymous, but Dead too, and like that whole legacy and that whole story, and then
and them using him on their album cover.
The album cover, they have like the little skull fragments that they sent to friends. Like all this stuff that was so much more than what I was used to in the metal scene, and it 100% affected the way that I listened to the music. Same with Dissection, when John was accessory to murder with that one guy.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
Like Storm of the Lightsbane was one of those records. It's like one of the best metal records ever made.
Yeah,
like,
of course, yeah.
Like amazing. Literally one of the best metal records ever made. But afterwards, it didn't taint it for me. It feels even more evil now, you know?
And it does. Yeah.
It's interesting. It's kind of like Wesley Willis, where it's like his music is not scary, but knowing who he was and what he was going through, like it's kind of unsettling.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. I think it adds to the, It adds to the intrigue of a band when there's a backstory like that, for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, especially with the black metal scene, like what a backstory. We're talking about, actual murders, or like Emperor and Faust, and then And then the thing
what was going on over there? What do you think the root of like this? Do you think that they were intentionally trying to separate themselves, or there was true anger towards religion over there, and it just caused a lot of problems?
True anger towards religion. I think that, everything points to the Christianity being so oppressive in so many ways, where like literally dictating the government and things like that, where people were fed up. And people, the youths were fed up by it. How that manifests in killing people and killing each other, and like in some cases like homophobia and xenophobia. I'm not really sure how that manifests. But that's the part that I also find interesting. A band like Mayhem and Burzum, I can still listen to. And in fact, like in some ways, the history actually like elevates the music for me and makes it like more interesting once those things have happened. But there's other things where it's when it becomes like racism or homophobia, it's a deal breaker. I can't
for sure.
I can't listen to it. So why is like racism and homophobia a deal breaker, but a murder is not?
Murder is not. Yeah, that is interesting.
Do you feel this?
I can't answer that. But yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not like, of course there's like white nationalist bands that are pushing the extreme by fucking, doing, but that shit doesn't interest me at all.
No.
But somebody that had if I don't know if I'd support a murder at this point, and I'm not going to listen to New Dissection because I don't think it's any good, but, but that's different than at the time. Storm of the Lights Bane, I guess. Had he done that by then already?
He was accessory, air quotes, to murder after Storm of the Lights Bane, went to prison for a while, then did Ring Chaos, and then killed himself.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you can't. I
don't know. I'm not. I mean, I try to. I think I'm pretty good. Maybe a lot of metads do this. They separate ourselves from the artist a lot of times, and this is a different topic, but.
Well,
sometimes you have to.
I mean, it's written right here on mine. Can you separate the art from the artist? It's an age-old question, and I think in some cases you can. For me, it's kind of like I can listen to Burzum because he doesn't preach hatred in his music. He's a hateful motherfucker. He's an awful person, but he doesn't preach it in his music. A band like fucking Argo Slent or Graham Belial's Key, they talk about killing minorities in their music.
Yeah,
that's where I draw the line. I can,
but they're just as evil. That person who is the same as Varg.
Maybe even less, because someone who talks about killing black people.
That's true. Yeah.
It's this general hatred. It's this idea where they haven't necessarily done anything, but Varg stabbed Euronymous 27 times or whatever.
Jesus, man. Yeah.
Or Faust, he killed a homosexual just for being gay. Yeah. I mean, that's vile.
That's another layer of next level fucking anger.
Yeah.
That he had, obviously. And it's hard to support an artist that does that, I think. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know where to draw the line, because, Michael Jackson's music is still out there, and there's a lot of things happening in the world where these people are fucking despicable, but man, they make great art. So,
or like, I mean,
the more we learn about Picasso and the more we learn about,
exactly. And
these people are just like, oh man.
Yeah. And where do you draw the line? It's like you've got like Louis C.K., you've got Michael Jackson, but now there's evidence coming out saying maybe Michael Jackson wasn't doing anything wrong. He was like, people are saying like he might have been on the right side of history actually, and he was trying to protect people from Epstein. And so it's like,
I haven't heard that.
Yeah. Like, I guess there's people that are coming out saying like, no, Michael was actually, he was trying to protect people from the Epstein Island. So I don't know.
No shit. I didn't know about that.
But like, where do you draw the line? I think for Burzum, it's also kind of easy, because although I do love a few early Burzum records,
sure.
It's not like he's my favorite artist or anything.
No.
So like,
you're not going to wear a shirt, probably. You're not going to put big back patch.
No.
I hope.
But like, just for the sake of argument, what if, it came out that like Steve Harris was was raping women. You know, like,
yeah,
I mean,
that'd be tough, man.
do you just forsake all of your Iron Maiden love?
It would be against everything he stood for. It'd definitely make you question it, because this guy, you know, they're all about hard work and honor and all these things that it goes against. If that came out, that would be really tough. I don't know, man.
Right.
Of course, my Iron Maiden tattoo would still remain, so I don't know.
Well, I have a cheese
cover it up.
Get out the cheese.
That would be
grater for
pretty
that.
Norwegian of me to do that.
That would be. Actually, I think that'd be more like Death Clock to do something like that.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, I just find these things so fascinating. It's like, for me, I draw the line on the hate in the art.
Yes.
But I think if it was like violence against, man, I don't know. I say these things and it's just, I feel like it's a case by case basis. But luckily, I don't have a situation like, you know, like Mike Patton, like beating up women or something. Yeah. You know, I don't have anything like that.
Is there anybody that's come out that's like that? Or, you know, metal people don't necessarily get canceled too often, but you know, somebody that's big and it's a hero to a lot of people, you know, that has been.
I think it's smaller cases, like
sure.
Like Vector.
What's that guy?
The dude from Vector.
Oh yeah, what happened to him?
Abuse allegations from his wife, and he handled it really poorly too.
Yeah, right.
I think it's just I've never had it happen with someone that I just like really, really cared a lot about. So it's I don't know. I'm
looking around my room here. You know, there's a lot of posters and stuff, and everybody seems legit here.
Yeah,
I hope. Yeah. I hope, man.
Well, I mean, you know, I feel like there's a lot to do with cancel culture now, and so like the pendulum is swinging in one way where it's like everybody's getting canceled for like the smallest things, like Aziz Ansari, or you know, like they get these allegations, and then it's
even if they're not proven.
Yeah, maybe the pendulum's swinging a little bit too far, and I think it is kind of swinging back and correcting a bit, but yeah, I mean, everybody has issues, but like it's like where do you draw the line? And earlier you brought up Dimebag.
Yes,
like that's a totally different situation. That's not.
This is like the most, you know. Sure, Norway was bad and all that, but stage death of a hero to so many, you know, because of petty bullshit
while playing live, and everything else I can think of, every other thing is like an artist committing violence against someone else. This is someone committing violence against the artist in a live situation, or like.
But you know, at the time, I imagine there was fed on the media as, "Oh, this is what happens in heavy metal," you know. But
maybe so.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
They don't fucking know one way or the other, but
yeah.
But they're just like, this is what happens when you play video games. You listen to fucking heavy metal. You know?
Yeah.
So got blamed for it, I'm sure. But I don't, you know, I wasn't paying attention to that kind of news, obviously. But
right. But yeah, John Lennon was assassinated. You know, that's I think that's definitely informed their history in a way. As far as like
what a fucked up way to be infamous, you know, to create your fame, to create infamy for yourself is to kill a celebrity like this.
Yeah.
So insane. These are people that are doing good. You know, Dimebag, sure, Damage Plan wasn't that great, but he's not worth killing for.
Well, I mean, what was the catalyst for that? Like, what was that guy's motivation?
He was evidently a huge fan of Pantera, and he was upset that they weren't together. That was basically it, I think. You know,
really?
I'm sure there was more, but
that's so dumb.
Yeah, he died in the event, right?
I think so. I think he got shot and killed.
Yeah, he's dead. So we'll never know, but that's so fucked up to do that on stage like that. Yeah, and he killed somebody else too, right? There was like a roadie or something.
Yeah, like. And I always think about the poor people in the audience, you know, just the bystanders. Like Agalloch played that venue after, you know, it was years after, but we played that same venue, and it just felt weird being on that stage.
That's insane. They even kept that shit open. Wow.
You'd think you'd want to shut that shit down, because that's
hell yeah.
I don't know. What about like when an artist is just a dick? Like, it's like they always talk about never meet your heroes. Like, have you ever met?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever met a musician or an artist and you're like, oh, I'm super into you, and then they just like blow you off? And...
I'm kind of afraid of that happening, and even if it did happen in that moment, I'd probably be like, oh, he's having a bad day, or maybe he's got somewhere else to go, or he's busy or something. It hasn't really happened to me, and I don't typically approach people anyway. But
yeah.
I did approach Steve Harris. I've told that story, and he was perfectly nice. But otherwise, there's nobody on that kind of upper echelon that I'd say hi to. We met Dave Mustaine, got his autograph at Powell's, many years ago. He was perfectly fine as well. But I'm sure if he was like headed towards his bus and you're in between him and the bus, and he'd be like, "Fuck off," and you'd think he was a total dick. And
right.
Possibly he is in his private life. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
or like
so it's hard.
What if you like? Or if you read about it, like, oh, hey, Steve Harris was, murdering puppies or something like that.
Well, that's pretty extreme, but
yeah. Or like, what if he was just like it was documented that he was being a dick to people on tour, or like, would that affect your perception of the music?
Well, it's, these days with political stuff, it's coming out a little bit here and there. You can figure out, Malevolent Creation perhaps, or Trumpers or something,
yeah.
Just like these kind of things. It's like, 10 Commandments. Wow, great album. But these guys are fucking, Floridian.
Oh, yeah.
Deep Floridians. So I guess I understand that, but it's not somebody I'd want to hang out with. It doesn't make me want to stop listening to their music or anything. But
right.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah,
you've met plenty of people in your band.
I have, and I've met a lot of people. I mean, it's rare that someone's a dick, honestly.
Yeah.
I remember last week you sent me a flyer or like a lineup for Milwaukee Metal Fest '93.
Yep.
And that was my first Metal Fest that I attended. The lineup on that was insane.
It's insane.
Dude. Disincarnate. I mean, that's all has to be said right there. Disincarnate.
Yeah, exactly.
But I saw Suffocation. And that was when they were with Frank Mullen, and I saw him after the show, and I was like, "Oh, hey man, great show!" And he gave me this look like he wanted to kill me, and he turned away, and I was
weird.
I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were Frank Mullen," and he turned around and he said, "Fuck off."
Oh my God!
And I was like, "Okay," so like, but that one stuck in my brain. I mean, that was 30 years ago. That was over 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's still stuck in my brain, but that's the anomaly. Most time, even if someone's like not in the mood or whatever, most times they'll be like, thanks, man, and just like walk away or something.
Don't you think maybe metal, more than most genres, they're very aware of how much their fan base means to them, and they're living this kind of life?
Yeah.
They're very aware of it. I think it's not on a level of like a pop star where they can become more bittered because they're just like, oh, fuck all these people or whatever. But there's 100 or 500 people every night seeing your band. You're going to be really appreciative of those people most of the time.
And I think that usually most metal musicians, at a very young age, they were fans first, and not just like, oh, I like music. It's like this consumes my life. It's like it's like I think Rob Zombie said it once, like, no one's ever a Slayer fan for a summer.
That's right.
It's like, this is your life. So everybody comes from that point of view of being obsessed with metal for a decade, 2 decades before they become in this position. And so, of course, they're just like, hopefully, ideally stoked to be there and nice to their fans.
Very good. That's a good point. I mean, you're an artist that is very approachable at shows. You hang out afterwards and all these things. And, I don't mind that those guys, a lot of people don't do that. Probably it's better for their mental health and all that. But when they do it, like you do, and like it's like Mike Clark did and Rocky George did the other day, it's like, fucking, it's so cool. Like, you could just go say hi to them. It takes 1 second and it makes you feel so good. You know, it's like, oh man.
That's the thing. Like, sometimes if I'm on like a long tour, sometimes there are times where I'm like, you know what, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, of course.
The show didn't go very well. I'm just going to sit backstage and just decompress. But, I'm like, I get stoked to meet people. Like, I try to go out and meet people because it's not about me. It's not about them. It's like we're part of this thing that's bigger than both of us. And it's like a celebratory, like, hey, like, we're both here celebrating. Like,
that's right.
There might be a little bit of a power dynamic there, but I try not to focus on that. It's like,
very good.
Like, me, I don't know you, but hey, we're just here having a great time and celebrating life. Yeah. And so when I go to a place like Australia, like, I want to meet the locals that have wanted to see Agalloch for 20 some years. You know, I want to meet those people and talk to them.
That's right. First time you've ever been there, whatever. It's pretty special. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, when you lose that perspective, I imagine, you know, Lars even seems like a good guy, like he wants to hang out and stuff.
Yeah.
But when there's thousands of people that want to meet you, it's too difficult and it becomes overwhelming, I imagine. But
for sure. And that's when they get the meet and greets and, you know, all that shit, it's different, and it's a totally different beast.
I mean, there was probably people that are organizing the meet and greet that are kind of rushing people through that. Like, come on, keep going. Because there's a line, you know, hurry up. So it's not quite the same as like having a beer with you or something like that.
Exactly. You know? And usually those things are like, okay, for like $100 a head, you know, you get like a autograph photo or something. And
yeah, that's fucked up. Something cool I saw with the Up the Hammers festival. It's in Greece and it's all traditional metal. But Solitude played this year, and While Heaven Wet played this year. So it was on my radar. You know, it's like, oh my god, this would be amazing to see.
I saw
Unfortunately,
that.
I didn't go or anything. But they had scheduled meet and greets for every band, and I noticed there was no payment. It was included, and you could bring whatever album you want. They weren't sticklers about, you know, I only sign the new shit or whatever.
Right.
You know, so it was pretty cool. I think maybe that's a good way. You know, if you have a bunch of merch that you want to get signed, because otherwise it's hard to bother. You know, if you were hanging out at the bar with your friend, with me maybe, and you have a beer in your hand, it's really awkward for somebody to come up and like ask for an autograph.
Yes, if I remember right, that's how Bloodstock was. Like they have not for every band, but for like maybe like, you know, the middle to the top tier bands. Yeah. And that's how I first met Lawnmower. I mean, I was talking with them beforehand, but the first time I met them in person, I waited in the Lawnmower Death, you know, autograph line, and finally got to them, and I was like getting an autograph, whatever, and they're like, "Where'd you come from?" I'm like, "I'm from the States." Like, "Wow, you came a long way." And I was like, "Well, no, I'm your sheep for tonight." And they're like, "What? Oh my God, Jason!" And I was so nervous to meet Lawnmower. They were, you know,
it's amazing.
I apologize, Jeff Wagner, because Jeff hates Lawnmower Death. But I'm like, I've been listening to these guys since I was 13 or something, and so I was pretty intimidated. But it's a great way. You don't have to like bother someone while they're hanging out with their friends and trying to just chill, you know.
Don't you have a good story about like meeting? Was it Trey or David Vincent in the elevator or something?
Yeah.
That's really good, dude. That's really good.
It's when Agalloch played with Obituary and Morbid Angel in Pomona at the Scion Fest. The Scion Fest, yeah. Yeah, and it was Morbid Angel's first show with Tim Young. So I mean, this was a long time ago. Yeah. And it was me and I think the rest of the Agalochs were all in the elevator, and it was David and Tim Young, and Morbid Angel had a horrible night. Tim missed some really big cues, and oh man, they messed up God of Emptiness. Like they went too long or something, and they had to like stop and restart, and it was really rough. and David Vincent was just like laying into Tim Young in the elevator with us in there, and we're just like, oh my God, like this is so weird and awkward. Oh no, Tim was on the phone with David Vincent. That's what it was. Oh, I see. You could hear Dave like over the phone, and he was just yelling at him. Yeah. Oh, shit, it was so awkward. It was so surreal. And earlier that night, we shared a backstage with Morbid Angel, and we're talking with Trey, and you know he has that giant upside down cross tattooed on his arm, and it was gone. And John walked up to him and was like, "Hey, like Trey, like, you know, what happened to your tattoo?" And Trey, in this like really lilty, like really quiet voice, was just like, "I don't know, it just faded away."
That's so weird.
Yeah. The whole thing was
weird. It a Sharpie tattoo then, or?
No, I mean, he's had it like since, you know,
he was
like
a kid
forever. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It was such a weird experience. And they had pizzas for all the bands. And when the pizzas were delivered, David Vincent ran out from his like little cubby hole that he was sitting in his underwear, and just like grabbed a bunch of pizza and ran back to his little cubby hole.
He was hungry, man.
Yeah. And then Aesop was bored, and so Aesop was fucking with Trey, and Aesop went over to Trey, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Trey, like you're from that band Morbid Angel, right?" And Trey's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, man, like, you know, you guys are pretty good. If you stick with it, you might get somewhere someday." And Trey's like, "Yeah, man, we're just trying to do our best." And
oh my God, you didn't realize like you were getting fucked with.
Yeah, and I was just like, "Oh my God, Aesop, like, it's fucking Trey and Morbid Angel, like legendary, you know."
Yeah, so it's weird when you meet these people, and you met Steve Asheim too, right? Like,
yeah.
It's like we're so weird when you meet these people because they're, you have this built up kind of mythology about them based on their career.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and that this all kind of plays back into what we're talking about with the real death and violence and the imagery and all that, because Morbid Angel, Morbid Angel has this very sinister, well, maybe not so anymore, but like back in the day, they had such a sinister presence. And then to see David Vincent in his underwear running around with slices of pepperoni pizza, it's a little different.
Well, I mean, it's been multiple times you've seen fights break out, at these shows or something.
Yeah.
Fucking drunken fights in Germany or any in Portland or something, and they hug it out afterwards. You know, it's like this is this like aggression that maybe we all share, that we get out at our shows. I can't think of any super violent shows that I've actually seen. You see it, you see the mosh pit or whatever, and it looks violent, but it's you stay out of it if you don't, and it's not.
Yeah.
Maybe when fucking bands started doing that fucking.
The Wall of Death thing.
The Wall of Death thing that started getting stupid when bands.
And the thing that I don't like now that I've only seen a couple times in person, but I've seen it at the Roseland a couple times, is I think they call it crowd killing when they do the big swinging arm and legs thing, and it's like a mosh pit, but then they're actually like hitting and kicking people.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And it's not cool. And
I've only really seen that at like a punk show or something. You typically don't see it metal too much, right?
What was the show where it was at Roseland and you and I were there? I think we were with David. It might have been the Obituary Cause of Death tour. And there was like 5 openers and they had a couple local death metal bands.
Oh, okay.
And there were some kids doing some of that stuff.
Yeah.
And to me, that just completely goes against the whole concept of what it's supposed to be like in the pit.
Yep. For sure.
So I don't get down with that.
Can you think of any shows that you actually were like afraid for some violence to break out, or something that could potentially like, okay, I'm remove myself from the situation kind of thing?
I can only think of one. It was, I want to say 97, 98. I don't remember where it was, but it was in Portland somewhere. I think it was at Paris Theater, maybe. And it was Blood Axis, Corvus Corax, and Thy Infernal. And because of Blood Axis and Michael Moynihan, a bunch of skinheads came out. And there was a huge contingent of white supremacists. And especially back in those days, I felt like there was a lot of white supremacists in this area. And they came out to the show. They were actually like Sieg Heiling during some of the sets.
Fucking Christ.
And then a bunch of them like just beat the crap out of this Asian woman.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it was terrible.
I haven't heard you tell me this story. I don't remember this. That's insane.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was one of the first shows I ever went to in Portland, and I'm like, what is happening here? But dude. It was terrible.
That's insane. Did people
and then
break it up? Okay.
Well, I think it's different today. I don't see this shit anymore, but maybe I'm naive. But like in the 90s, I felt like Portland, there's a lot of that white supremacist shit, and everybody fought back against it.
Yeah,
and I feel
you'd see occasionally a dude with a Nazi tattoo or something, and they'd be like, he'd get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Like, especially when he takes his shirt off and he exposes it. It's like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I don't see the Nazi shit anymore, even though it's the era of Trump and all that.
Yeah.
I don't see him in Portland anymore. It was shut down. Not literally, but like the people like rallied against the Nazis like very, very quickly.
Something that reminded me of the Testament show was like girls crowd surfing. In the 90s, if a girl crowd surfed, she'd be fucking sexually molested, basically.
Yeah.
Like dudes would be grabbing every part of her body in a fucked up way. And I remember seeing that, being like, oh my God, this is so crazy.
Oh yeah.
And now like, people are more polite about it. Like, that's a good thing. Things have changed in that way. So
yeah. The first time I saw Cannibal Corpse was Milwaukee Metal Fest '93. That pit was intense. It was violent, but not in a bad way. It was what did Exodus always used to say? Good violent fun or whatever.
That's right. Yeah. Friendly violent fun.
Yeah. So it was maybe the biggest pit I've ever seen in my life. It was fucking huge and just like a big circle pit, and people were flying out of there, but everybody had a smile on their face.
That's
There
right.
were a couple bloody noses, a couple scratches and stuff, but people helping each other up. Normal. It just it was violent in the technical sense, but like not in a bad way.
And that's the typical way. There's something happened to Pantera as they started getting bigger with like jocks and people that were outside the metal scene. They almost anticipated there was going to be violence here tonight.
Yeah.
So they made it happen, So that shit started happening more as that band got bigger. People would show up in white shirts. They'd be like expecting to get blood on their shirt to show their friends. Like this fucked up shit that wasn't happening as the band was smaller,
Yeah.
So maybe it's like the Bridge and Tunnel fans when they start to embrace a band that starts to become more violent in a fucked up way because it's just what they expect. It's not really happening.
Yeah. Well, I think you were with me when we saw Pyrexia Suffocation at Tonic Ballroom many years ago.
Yeah.
I remember a couple people that, like showed up like with like hockey jerseys on, and I was like, like this is interesting. This is like a new, not like new, but it felt like a different thing, and it seemed like they were definitely there. Like, dude, this is fucking extreme. Like we're here to kick some ass and like pick some fights and shit.
Yeah. They don't understand what was really happening.
They don't understand the culture. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Which is like at Hell's Heroes or something. The real culture is like seeing a pink wizard and then seeing a dude get put into a trash can and get pushed around the pit on top of somebody's shoulders. I mean, that's insane,
dude. That was Demolition Hammer set. Like,
oh god,
literally so like 2 or 3 guys holding another guy that was inside the trash can, like just running around in the pit. That was crazy. I think you have some video of that somewhere, don't you?
Yeah, totally do. Yeah.
Yeah. If you think of it, send that to me if you can find it.
I will. No, I will for sure.
That was so funny. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of like, I don't know. I
kind of wish in metal, like in rap, there's like battle raps, like Kendrick and fucking
yeah.
Can you think of an instance where a band was talking shit on another band but in a song? Like it doesn't happen, unfortunately.
Didn't we do an episode about that? Didn't we do an episode on beefs within music and how like it exists in other genres? Man,
yeah.
Maybe
we did.
I think we
that
did.
does sound familiar. At least we talked about it a little bit.
We talked about it a little bit, but yeah, like
kind of wish there was some of that. We did talk about it. Yeah, you're right.
Did we? Okay, I thought so. I think there's like a little bit where like they might like mention a band or something, but not like actual like beefs, like a Kendrick and Drake thing or something like that.
It certainly happened in the media though, right? Like Dave Mustaine days and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
so with Dave Mustaine, like the media makes it feel like he's just beating a dead horse for 30 years, but
talking about Metallica over and over and over.
But then he covered Ride the Lightning on the last Megadeth.
So what the fuck? Maybe he was.
I mean, I haven't listened to the new Megadeth at all.
No, but that just shows maybe the depth of his obsession with like this band that he used to be in. Well, it's so weird that he did that.
Dude, Mick Harris on social media. Do you follow him?
No, not at all. No.
His obsession with him not being in Napalm Death anymore is psychotic.
Really?
Psychotic.
What?
Follow him on Facebook,
and
he posts almost every day a psychotic rant, him in his car yelling and screaming about what a circus napalm is. Oh
my God, I had no idea, dude.
He hasn't been in Napalm Death since the 90s, and he's still fucking pissed every day about it.
He's got his own career going, right? He's got other things happening.
He's done some really great stuff. I mean, scoring is fantastic. I mean, it's not Napalm Death. They're not touring around, but his thing is that it's turned into a circus and they're clowns and it's all dumb and it's not real. But that guy he's always upset. He posts about Napalm Death and he posts videos of young drummers doing blast beats and what wankers they are.
What the hell, dude?
Yeah,
I did not know about that.
Oh man, you got to look it up.
I will. I made a note here.
It's so tiresome. It's like complaining about a girlfriend you had 30 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. That's too bad. That's too bad.
It is too bad. And I love Mick, but man, he feels like totally unhinged, like completely unhinged. He had one video on Facebook where he went to the post office and tried to pick up a package, and they charged him customs on it. and he's literally in the car driving home screaming, "It's a fucking gift! It was a fucking gift!"
Oh my God, dude. He's losing it.
Dude.
He's losing it.
It's a lot. So everyone, please follow Mick Harris on Facebook. I don't think he's on Instagram, but man,
wow,
it's worth going on Facebook alone for it. It is very tiresome and it's kind of sad, but
yeah,
man, it's.
Well, there's these guys are unhinged, a lot of them, but majority are really good dudes. You know that
for sure.
Just like would love to say hi to you, without screaming at you.
Totally. Yeah. So overall, in your opinion, Nick Woos,
yes,
when there is real death and violence in music, whether it be Dimebag or Mayhem or Dissection or Emperor or whatever, for you, in your opinion, do you feel like it does affect your enjoyment of the actual art?
No. I am able, and this is a tough thing to say in this time that we live in because we are holding a lot of people to these higher ideals, but I am able to separate the art from the fucked up human that produced this art.
Yeah.
And I think, the more we learn about people in the past, we realize they were fucked up and flawed people. Yeah. And so I'm not going to stop loving Metallica if something comes out or whatever,
Yeah.
Or Steve Harris,
Yes.
Unless it was, a bunch of kids. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
dude.
there are lines, though. I mean, we did establish
there
that.
are
lines.
How about you? Are you able to separate it?
Yes, but with those same lines.
Yes,
if Mike Patton, if it was revealed that Mike Patton or someone from Mr. Bungle or something was a mass murderer, or maybe not that might not be enough. I think it comes down to like violence against women or kids or racism, homophobia. To me.
Yeah. I don't know. This when this topic was you approached me with this topic, I was thinking more literally about this. What violence in metal has occurred, and what does it look like from the to the outsider? Mm-hmm. And you were looking at it in a different way, which is like thinking about the art in general, I guess.
Yes.
And how we either elevate something or push it away because it's produced by a fucked up human.
Well,
yeah, that's two different things, I think.
That, but also my other point is how your perception of the art and your enjoyment of the art. So, like if it was revealed right now that Ari Aster was a homophobe, would you still go to his movies? And
from now on, oh God, and that's tricky.
And like, would you watch his films? Would you watch Hereditary like through a different lens? Would you be like, like this guy is a fucking asshole and a homophobe? Like, does it affect the way you perceive those films? Much like after John Nodvit killed that dude, like Storm of the Lightsbane sounds more evil to me.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that would be the case for sure. I would maybe analyze the movie in a different way, find things in the movie that were like pointed towards his future behavior.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you found out that Robert Eggers actually was a goat, would you?
Wow, Black Peter?
Yeah.
Black Peter.
Black Phillip. Yeah.
Black Phillip, sorry.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. Would you watch The Witch in a different way?
Yes. Yes, I probably would even enjoy it more if he was a goat, real goat.
A real goat.
It makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah. He is the goat in my book.
The thing about metal and looking at it from the outside, and I'm talking about the way I approached this topic, was that it's actually surrounded more by love than you would ever think,
Of course,
yes. The aggression we get out at a show of our personal lives, we get it out by watching this music or listening to this music. It leads to us being pretty well-rounded humans, and I think that goes for a lot of metalheads. This isn't just me and you. This is happening all over, and it has led to less examples of true violence in the music. There's examples of Anthrax and Public Enemy getting together and talking about love and talking about getting together these communities. I don't know, dude. I don't think that was like happening in other places and other genres.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's the true like takeaway from this in my mind is that shit doesn't happen that much.
No.
And you would think it would, looking at it,
You would think it would, but it's processing, and it's the people I know that are into extreme music and extreme metal specifically are the most lovely, generous, compassionate, empathetic people.
That's right.
That's why most of my friends are into extreme music of some sort.
Well, it happened that way because you were that type of person too. You were passionate about the music. So you found friends that are passionate about it.
Yeah, I curated that for sure.
That's right. That's right. And it's, when people don't have that background, they come at it from maybe not enjoying music their life or not having music as a big part of their life. I don't have many friends like that,
Yeah.
It's interesting, Yeah,
it's true.
Interesting. I don't know if it means they're going to be good people or not or whatever, but they just don't have a darkness. They don't have a touch of like looking at the world in a perspective, different perspective. I don't know. Something that music brings to us, doesn't have to be metal, but brings to us that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm saying really, but I'm just trying to articulate that I don't have any friends that aren't into music, and I wouldn't be friends with people that aren't into music.
I know I'm not going to call them out, but I know one person that does say I'm not into music, and I love them dearly.
But you do? Okay.
But
it's insane.
It's weird. It's weird. And I don't think it's like I hate music, because who would ever say that? But I think they just don't think about it. They don't follow it. They don't know, a little bit here and there, but not much, it's definitely.
Well, maybe that person's an outlier, but
the path of how I met that person makes sense. But I can't really think of people that I normally would meet that wasn't through some kind of music channel. So,
yeah, I had a friend once. He was like, I hadn't seen him in a few years. I was like, oh, what's going on? Like, how's everything going? He's like, oh, and we talked about music. What have you been listening to? He's like, oh, I don't find music interesting anymore. I was just like, blew my mind, who would say that? And what does that mean?
Yeah.
So you don't listen, like you're intentionally avoiding music, or somebody that I grew up with and had an affinity of music together with. Interesting, Yeah. They couldn't describe it, and immediately I was like, "That's bullshit, man." I don't know how you're living your life.
Yeah, it's like when people like that I've known most of my life that were like doing the whole metal thing with me, and they're like, oh, "I don't really listen to metal anymore." I'm like,
"Yeah,
wait a second." So
yeah.
I feel like, well, then you were.
So it was a phase then?
Yeah,
what
like
the fuck?
you never. I always feel like you weren't really a fan then, like really truly, like it was not to the depth that most people that I know that are into it. Like, there's no way in hell I'm not going to love Carcass until the day I die. There's just no way.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but for some
even
people,
if it comes out that they killed a bunch of puppies or whatever,
I would love them more for that. No, I love puppies. But yeah, I mean, I think for some people it just maybe fills like a void for a little bit. But I honestly believe that if you truly, truly love it to the depth that I do and most people that I know do, it's not something you would ever change.
Like your Rob Zombie quote about Slayer, like metal in general, I don't see how it could be a phase you go through. I saw people jump on the Pantera Metallica bandwagon, sure, but they left, and they moved on to whatever was popular. They're probably listening to fucking Taylor Swift now or something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the people that knew the underground shit and that are always going to remain loving that type of music. It seems once you discover it and once you're into it, there's no going back.
No going back. No.
Even if last year you hardly listened to any metal records.
Yeah, I mean that's very true. Like, I mean,
still in your soul though.
I haven't. I would say last year and the year before I didn't listen to much metal. I was listening to a lot of electronic. Now the metal's starting to come back up again. I'm listening to some older stuff. I'm listening to I can't talk. Listening to some newer stuff. But it's always there. Death metal is still my favorite genre by far.
Yeah, of course.
No contest.
And we could talk about it for days and days.
We should do that sometime, like literally like a 24-hour podcast.
Well, what's the Guinness World Record for the longest podcast?
Dude, let's do it.
Let's do it. That's a way for us to like break through.
Let's
you
do
know,
it. Let's
get
do
some listeners, more Patreons, all this shit.
Yeah, 48 hours straight. I don't care. Like, let's do it. That's awesome. Yeah.
Let me look that up real quick. Here.
Yeah, let's look it up real
maybe
quick.
You can keep talking if you want, but
Yeah.
I'm going to look up the Guinness record for longest podcasts.
Yeah, man. We could, dude.
Don't you think it would really help our viewership?
It really would. Yeah. I think we should do it because everybody wants to hear us for like 24 hours straight.
Guinness World Record for the longest uninterrupted podcast episode is 153 hours.
No.
Set by a team from Netherlands during Dutch Media Week in October 2022. The marathon recording lasted for roughly 6 consecutive days,
What?
smashing the previous record of 53 hours.
6 days straight?
I don't know how that's not possible. You got to sleep. Oh, they take breaks?
They probably had like a team of people. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
That's cheating though. That's,
yeah.
that's impressive, but I feel like that's cheating.
So we're not going to win that record unless
we get like co-hosts for the day or something.
I mean, we could play like all my cassette tapes. That'd be cool.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Every one, but it would get flagged by Spotify. Nobody would hear it.
Nobody hear it on Spotify. No, Spotify, luckily for us, is one of the platforms that people use the least for us.
Nice. Good.
And also, I've had 0 complaints about the lack of video. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Good.
yeah, people seem to not even notice. So
Cool.
Yeah. Well, shit, that was awesome, man. Do you have
That was
anything
great,
else to
man.
add to that topic?
Not really. I was kind of not consciously, but I was summing it up with Anthrax PE kind of deal.
Yeah.
Which is like, we're music is something to be celebrated and loved, and when it turns so dark that people are dying, yeah, that's not good. And luckily, it doesn't happen too often.
No, it does not. Oh man, what a topic! All right, thank you,
That was
Nick
awesome.
Bruce. Yeah, that was great.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll see you all next time.
See you later. Bye.
Ciao.
An Earth in Sound production.